Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a few ads from the 1800s. They are both about hair renewer products. Now, I can't vouch for whether these products worked or not. That's not what the point of this is. The point of this is just to have a look at the types of strategies and advertising techniques that they were using. This first ad is from 1865, and it's for Hall's Vegetable Sicilian Hair Renewer. And I'll just read the copy. It says Hall's Vegetable Sicilian Hair Renewer. Its effect is miraculous. The old, the young, the middle-aged unite to praise Vegetable Sicilian Hair Renewer. We have such confidence in its merits and are so sure it will do all we claim for it that we offer $1,000 reward if the Sicilian Hair Renewer does not give satisfaction in all cases when used in strict accordance with our instructions. So this is a relatively short ad. This likely would have been a newspaper advertisement. There's really only a few elements to it, and I want to go over them right now. Now, what's actually really interesting is the use of the before and after at the very top of the ad. So if we look at the main layout of the ad, it's got a picture at the top, and we see before and after. Then it's got below that the name of the product. It even says at the top here, photograph, even though these are clearly illustrations. So I don't really know what that's all about, but they're trying to give the impression that it's a photograph. I don't think that would fool anyone, but it says before and after using. On the before side, obviously someone who doesn't have hair on the top of their head. On the after side, there's someone with a big, luscious head full of hair. So even back now, this ad was from 1865. It's almost 160 years old at the time of this recording. So before and after has been something that's been used in advertising for a long time. And it's still a very effective tool to use. So we can see before and after. Then the name of the product. Below it, its effect is miraculous. Now, I'm pretty sure they use the word miraculous on purpose here, as pretty much everything in this ad is purposeful. Everything in all advertising should be purposeful, right down to the word. And the word miraculous, I mean, think about if you don't have any hair on your head and then someone gives you something that puts hair back on your head. That's basically a miracle for someone who doesn't have hair. So miraculous is actually a very fitting word. Okay, the old, the young, the middle-aged unite to praise Vegetable Sicilian Hair Renewer. So this is basically saying that it's not just for old people, and it's not just for young people, and it's not just for middle-aged people. It's basically for anyone who has hair growth problems or who is having a problem with losing their hair, I'm assuming. It's interesting that they put it that way, and I think what they're getting at is they want people to know that it's almost like a shame thing. Like there's no shame in losing your hair. Like if you're a middle-aged person and you're losing your hair, you might think, I'm not that old yet. I shouldn't be losing my hair yet. And if you're young, you definitely wish that you're not losing your hair. And if you're old, you kind of want to reinvigorate your look and your appearance, and you'd love to have your hair back. So it's something that appeals to everyone at any age. And there's also a bit of, shame basically built into it. When you start to lose your hair, you feel less youthful. So I think that line there, the old, the young, the middle-aged unite to praise this product, that lets people know that it's not just a product, for an old person or even just for a middle-aged person. It can be used by young people as well. And it also takes the edge off of that shame, saying that, you may be old, but hey, young people and middle-aged people are using this to great effect as well. So it's not just you, right? Or if you're middle-aged or if you're young, either way, you need to know you're not alone. Many people suffer from this. And we have a product here apparently that is miraculous in its effects. So I'd say that's the first half of the ad. So if we're looking at this ad from top to bottom, we see a photograph or an illustration that shows a guy with no hair, then a guy with hair. And this is like a drastic before and after, This was before weight loss. I don't think there were all that many fat people back in 1865. It definitely wasn't an epidemic. Hair loss may have been. So you show someone with no hair to someone with a thick head of hair, and if you imagine that's the same person, that is quite dramatic. Then the name of the product, and then a brief description of the product, and it tells you flat out it's miraculous. Okay, it's not beating around the bush. It's addressing probably the main objection right on. Would someone might say, well, it would take a miracle to grow hair, after being bald. Well, this says its effect is miraculous. It's playing up right into that kind of miracle angle. Then it goes on to have this kind of shame softening, get around someone's pride type of statement where they let you know that this product is for you, whether you're old, young, or middle-aged. So it's kind of a call out, an inclusion of anyone who needs the product, basically. Now, the second part of the ad is really interesting, actually. We have such confidence in its merits and are so sure it will do all we claim for it that we offer a $1,000 reward if the Sicilian hair renewer does not give satisfaction in all cases when used in strict accordance with our instructions. Now, this is interesting. This isn't necessarily a guarantee. It's actually, the guarantee has been twisted into a reward. So I think the natural skepticism that someone might face is that, you're saying that you can regrow my hair and I just don't believe you. I've never heard of anyone regrowing their hair. So they say they have so much confidence in it. It's not that they're going to give you your money back. It's that if you can show us that you didn't have satisfaction, we will give you a reward. This shows a type of credibility and integrity that's latched onto the producer's confidence in their product. Now, of course, they give the caveat that it has to be used in strict accordance with their instructions, which is good. When you're promising something that seems outrageous, you need to have some qualifications. Otherwise, the skepticism is too much. If they didn't include that last line there, when used in strict accordance with our instructions, then it would just seem too good to be true. They're saying, hey, use this product. If it doesn't work, I'll give you $1,000. That would ruin all the credibility of the ad. And it's already an ad that is teetering on not having much credibility to begin with. It's using a before and after photo, but the before and after is an illustration, so that could be faked. All right. It's saying it's miraculous. But the clever thing that they've done here is that they've converted a guarantee into a reward, which kind of puts it in the head of the person who wants to use it that they will be perhaps rewarded either way. If they use this product and it works, their reward will be renewed hair. If they use it and it doesn't work, they could literally get a $1,000 reward. Now, keep in mind, in 1865, $1,000, you might as well say, I don't know what the exact inflation, what the adjustment would be, but it might be $1 million. Seriously, it would, or like $100,000. Like, this was a huge reward. This is like saying $100,000 reward. If you use our product and it doesn't work, you could get $100,000. It's might even be more than that. So this is an outrageous promise and reward. So taking a look at this ad from 160 years ago almost, they're using a lot of techniques that you'll still see in use today. A before and after, which has obviously always been very powerful. Using emotional language like miraculous in relation to your product. And then, of course, tempering a bit of skepticism. Oh, the young, old, and middle-aged alike unite to praise. That also gives the impression that it has worked for people who are old, young, and middle-aged. So it gives the further impression that this actually works. Not only is it miraculous, but it really works. And then finally, use of a type of guarantee, which in this case has been converted into a reward, which I think is really interesting. Something to think about. If you have a guarantee that you can convert into a reward, might be something to think about. Now, I also have to point out that saying that you'll give $1,000 reward opens you up to a lot of potential legal things. And it can also, I think, be seen as a little scammy, basically, because you have to think as a consumer that if you're offering up $1,000, that there's got to be a catch, and that's where that last line comes in, when used in strict accordance with our instructions. So who knows what the instructions include? It might include, you have to use this product at the top of Mount Everest, right? So no one's going to do that. So no one has a chance of winning the reward, right? So beware of the perils of this strategy. But I think it's really interesting to think about, and maybe you can twist this kind of idea into something that would work for what you're working on.